Welcome back, and thanks for MetroCasting with us. What would a fair, a carnival, or an amusement park be without those stuffed animals you try to win for your kids or your girlfriend or even yourself? We're going to go MetroCasting now to a place that supplies those types of stuffed animals to those types of places. Carnivals, amusement parks, fairs, and the like usually have games available for you to play, and if you're lucky enough to win, you usually get a prize. In most instances, that prize is a stuffed toy of some kind. What you may not know is that there is a local company that supplies those stuffed toys to many locations around the nation, including such local favorites as carnivals and the Bloomsburg Fair.
We have various sizes of product that run from number 1 size up to number 9.5 size being our largest piece. They normally start out at about 8.5 inches all the way up to, I think our biggest piece is a little bit over 100 inches tall. Normally any number 5, 6, 7, 8, 9s and 9.5s we'll stuff here according to the customer's preference, whether it be hard or soft.
Obviously, using industry terms, we asked Bill to further explain the number system used in creating Toy Factory stuffed toys.
The number kind of denotes the range of size of that particular piece. Like a number 1 size would range anywhere from 6.5 inches to 9.5 inches, where a number 3 would range from 10.5 to maybe 15 inches. And then it kind of increments up, like it's going to the largest being our 9.5 size.
Now, the way their system works is the toy covers, or skins as they are known, are first designed and then made overseas. They are flattened fabric images of familiar and sometimes not so familiar characters. Those skins are then shipped in bulk to the Toy Factory location in Elysburg and the company's home office in Texas. And that's where employees then stuff them according to client specifications.
Yeah, we have to stuff them here because it would I guess the comparison would be is, like, let's say our number 9 size piece, which is almost our biggest piece. You can get probably 180 pieces on a container if it's already stuffed up. Well, if you bring it in as a skin, you're looking at being able to get 3,000 or 4,000 pieces of the skin. So, I mean, freight-wise, I'll tell you, because it's expensive trying to bring product over.
The stuffing used in the toys is classified as either hard or soft, with the soft material being made of a surprising product.
The soft packing is actually it's a bale that we get. We get 500-pound bales of polyester material. And the actual material itself at one time was plastic bottles that have been shredded up and stretched and heated. And you end up with these, I guess, polyfiber filaments, or something, I guess is what you would call it. Of course, since it's packed in a bale, we have a picker machine out there that they run it back through, because it's kind of I don't know how to describe it. It'd be more like a material you would find in like a pillow. It'd be kind of hard, whereas when we run it through the picker, then it kind of fluffs it up, makes the toy squeezably soft is what you end up with.
And the hard stuffing is made of an equally surprising product.
All our hard stuffing is actually it's a polyester material. It's the same kind of stuff that you would use as packing peanuts if you're packing fragiles in a box. We buy the little beads raw from the manufacturer in the Middle West. We have a boiler operation. It normally takes 3 days to get from the product that they send us to a usable product that we can actually blow into the toys. And it's only because you're using steam and heat to process this stuff, it expands up to a certain point. Well, then you have to let it cool down, because then it'll shrink slightly. But it's shrinking the whole time, so then that's why we wait 24 hours. Only because by the time you run it that third pass, it's normally, it's pretty stable by that point, you know. Because the whole thing would be is if you try to run it the first pass and then put it in the toys will either shrink back down and they'll look like wrinkled old men, or you'll end up putting too much and you'll blow the seams out, which still happens here. I mean, that's why I have a repair department, because the guys get a little carried away when they're stuffing, and they'll put a little bit too much material in there.
Okay, now that we know what goes into the stuffed toys, and how packing peanuts are made for that matter, how complicated is it to stuff one? Bill says there is a definite technique involved in stuffing a toy properly and in a cost-effective and timely way.
Inside each one of the stuffing machines, there's a beater blade, and that's constantly turning. So it kind of breaks the material up into smaller bits and pieces. It doesn't really turn it into a powder. It makes the toy last a little bit longer because, I mean, normally the stuffed animals are going to get jumped on and bounced on, and I mean, so eventually it loses its stability, but because we're doing our own product fresh, I think it gives it basically a longer shelf life. Well, I've got this girl out there, Tina. She's the best stuffer, and she's one of the finest stuffers I've ever seen. Because it takes a feel in your hands as you're filling these toys up, and she's got it, just by watching her hands, you can tell that she's got it, because I mean, it's like, done, she's done. And I mean, she does an excellent job, and she's out there 8 months pregnant right now. There's definitely a technique to it. You can normally tell when you put a person down in front of the stuffing machine within the first probably 3 or 4 hours whether they're going to catch on.
Looking around the toy factory and what they were making over the summer, the hot item appeared to be the Minions from the movie Despicable Me. There were many of those around. We also saw lots of Scooby-Doos. We found Droopy and Hong Kong Phooey, as well as college-related items, and of course the toy factory's own line of generic stuffed toys. Knobel's spokesperson, Joe Moscato, says having the toy factory just down the road from their park is a win-win for both companies.
Well, we use a number of suppliers, but Toy Factory is one of the main ones. And it was great when they moved to Elysburg. We can save a bundle on shipping costs. And I know that one of the great things is we're able to call down and say we could use some pieces, and they'll stuff them, and we can pick them up the next day. We know they make a good quality product and a product that people like to win, so it works out well for both of us.
And so the next time you win a stuffed prize at a carnival or maybe even a claw machine, check the tag to see who made it, because it may have been made right here in our area. All right, if you're in need of a large quantity of quality stuffed toys in any number of shapes or sizes, you can log onto the Toy Factory's website and download their latest brochure. That will just about do it for this first episode of MetroCasting's second season. We hope you'll stay with us in the coming weeks and months for more stories about your friends and your neighbors and the things they like to do. I'm Doug Farley. We'll see you again after later.